Robert AWOL, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. This episode of Welcome Home is brought to you by DVC Rental Store. Thank you for joining us on episode 313 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom, here with Trevor. How's it going, Trevor?
Hey, pretty good. I've had Eggo waffles with maple syrup for breakfast, so I am fully ready to go and met my Canadian quota for the day.
Is that you have to? Is that a law in Canada? I almost just said Canada. I don't know why, but is that a law in Canada? You have to have a certain amount of maple syrup every day, or else?
No, I mean, no. At least not where I live. But
more east, right?
Yeah, but you have to admit that maple syrup is just better than pancake syrup. We have both in the house, and the rest of my family has pancake syrup, but. I actually just got some new maple syrup today. So I was like, or not today, but like the last time I went shopping. And so I had maple syrup on my Eggo waffles this morning. So
I always got to be really careful around here. And it's probably that way up your way too. But like, because some of the things that say syrup on the shelf are not like actual maple syrup. They're like fake syrup that's just like high fructose corn syrup or whatever it is in it.
Oh, no, ours is very like it says like it comes out of Quebec. So it is. Yeah. Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, there are definitely brands that will do that. But up here, there are very clearly labeled like this is Canadian maple syrup.
Okay, well, that makes sense. And
it's easy to get to. So
yeah, I bought a giant thing of legit Canadian maple syrup from like Costco that I have not gone through yet. It's just because you buy it from Costco, you get like just a giant thing of it. It's like lasts forever.
Yeah, I do that too with everything. Pretty much everything Costco is like you're like, oh, that looks good, I'm gonna try it, not realizing that it's like, oh, I could eat this for like the next 3 months and I wouldn't run out of it.
yeah I mean that's how it's. Sometimes you walk around and you're just like, it's like, oh man, I could really use a pair of scissors. Do I need 6 pairs?
You might need 6 pairs. I mean,
I can never find scissors when I need them, right?
If you buy those 6 pairs, you'll never have to buy scissors again until you forget where you put those scissors, and then you buy other scissors.
Scissors are one of those things that every time they go in one place in my house, and that's the junk drawer, which I think everyone has a junk drawer in their house, right? Mm-hmm. And that's where my scissors are. And if I go in there and then they're not there, I'm like, well, I don't know where they are then, because that's the only place that they can be. Like that's that's the only place they're allowed to exist.
They've vanished from the house.
Yeah, exactly. So
speaking of Costco, I'm gonna circle this back into our actual podcast here, but Disney stuff at Costco. Okay, I'm actually talking about, this is going to dovetail nicely into upcoming stuff, is that the holiday stuff for Disney at Costco, last year I did not find anything there that I enjoyed. And we are coming up on, Costco always exists like 3 months in the future of everybody else, right? Yeah, so we're going to start seeing the seasonal stuff there. I really hope that I find something I like there, because we usually do buy we've got like this great Christmas tree that has like the little train going through it, and we found these Disney lanterns that have like Mickey and Pluto in them that they're like snow globes, right? Like they're filled with water and they cycle the snow stuff through them. I don't know what that stuff is called, but I'm really I'm kind of on like a fix for like how like you want like new stuff, like new Disney merch from time to time. And I haven't found anything that's like hooked me lately that's been like, ooh, I need to get that, right? Although my wife got that Haunted Mansion mug. I think she posted it in the group. It was a new Haunted Mansion tumbler that is metal. So I'm hopeful that I'm going to find something in the next little bit here. But like I said, we'll talk about the holiday stuff here. But I just wanted to lament on the fact that Costco's not been stepping up on their Disney stuff in the last year. Is my opinion. And you all can take that for whatever you want.
While you were talking about that, I went on Costco.com and I searched Disney. I sent you a link.
Yeah. Remember, I have to go to Costco.ca though. So
is that link not going to work?
No, it doesn't. No, I have to buy from the Canadian site.
Okay.
They separate us. You know that.
I know. I was hoping maybe it would like redirect or something, but clearly not.
I'll see if I can find it on Costco.ca.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But basically, it's a Halloween. It's like one of the little. So like we have the Disney Christmas Village thing, right? Like one of a bunch of those little houses. This one is a Halloween one, which I've never thought to do a Halloween village, but this is it's an animated pirate ship with lights and music, and I think it looks awesome, and it rocks too. It like literally rocks back and forth like a pirate ship.
That is cool, but yeah, I've never put Halloween stuff out. I guess.
Yeah, we don't do Halloween decorations really. Yeah,
not like you do the Christmas decorations, right?
No. We do a couple things up front, right? Like we have a couple. I think we have an inflatable or two, although I think they might have all broken. But because those inflatables are like so cheap, they just don't like last season to season, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we had like a vampire Mickey one that was out there for a while. But yeah, usually I don't do stuff for Halloween. I just because it's so close to Christmas that it like I don't want to be taking decorations out and putting them back and taking them out. Like it's just too much, Yeah,
I feel like you have to kind of pick one. Or okay. Yeah. I feel like I have to pick one holiday. If you choose, I realize I have to be careful about it because I know there are people that are very heavily into Halloween, and that is totally valid. I can't spend all of my energy on Halloween and then pick that all up and put it away and then spend all the energy on Christmas. It's like we kind of like picked like Christmas is the thing. So they're not neighbors technically, but they're in the cul-de-sac next to ours, and they do like a huge display for Halloween. And then as soon as Halloween's over, much like Disney, they flip it over and do Christmas. They decorate the front and the back of their house. Like their entire house is covered in lights. But also like they have lots of Disney stuff too. I think they're big Disney people because they have like Mickey light up Mickeys everywhere. They have light up, like Scrooge McDuck and like, all that stuff like all over the place. And it's an amazing display. But yeah, I every time I see that, I was like, gosh, you guys have a lot of time and energy, man. Cause like, I don't have the energy to do that or the time really, like, I just don't have the time for that. So yeah, I don't know. We are going to talk about that later though, about the Halloween stuff, right? I think I have that. We have some holiday subjects,
which we talked about a preview of them a couple weeks ago, but we got some different stuff here. But but I wanted to start
first. First. Let's first talk about something that it's a small thing, but it's kind of a big thing. Yeah.
Oh,
you see what I did there?
Your dad joking it up right now.
I am. Right. I got to keep my dad joke membership.
Your dad joke cred.
Intact,
you got to keep your dad joke cred.
So Disney World and Disneyland are to debut the "It's a Small World" final scene lyrics. So a lot of people don't realize this, that there was a last verse to "It's a Small World" that didn't make it into the original ride, and we're getting that added in as of July 17th, so coming up this week.
So Richard Sherman had written this new verse as quote his final gift to Disney. So this was did he write this recently, this last verse? No, I remember seeing something about it, but I couldn't remember.
So the way I understood it was this. So this got cut, is what I understood.
Okay,
and maybe I have to go back and watch because there was a documentary that talked about this. And, and I can't remember which one it was now. It's on Disney Plus, but I believe that they had written this. The Sherman Brothers had written this, and it got cut, and now they're adding it back in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and since he just, he fairly recently passed away, right? So like this is kind of a nice tribute to the Shermans.
Yeah.
I mean, and the other Sherman had died quite a while back, but Richard just died recently. So, and they revealed these already, by the way. So they revealed the lyrics, right? I don't think that were they recorded when they revealed them back last year? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember if they actually had them recorded yet or not, but
sorry. You're right.
It's in the short. It's in the short film. Yeah, it's in the short film. Okay.
Sorry, you're right. It wasn't. Sorry. Yeah, I had it wrong. It's not that the brothers wrote the last verse together. Richard wrote it after Robert had passed away.
Yeah,
as a final gift to Disney. So okay,
yeah.
But yeah. So
and this was they did post a video of this already. So now whether it's going to be the same voice singing it or not, I don't know. But they are adding this now to rides at both parks at the same time, which is great.
I feel like that would be weird if it was, because the voice from the documentary, it's not the kids singing it though, is it?
I think in the documentary, in the short film, it's a kid singing it, but not like the kids from whoever sang the original.
Yeah, like the
song.
chorus, right?
Yeah, because I'm sure all of the people that sang the original are elderly people.
No, but I mean, it should be a chorus singing it. It should
of
just
course,
an individual singing.
Yeah, of course.
Because that would be weird if it was like the whole rest of it was like this nice chorus, and then it was just like a single person sing. Like that would feel weird to me. But I guess we'll see how this. I'm very curious to see how they incorporate this into the ride, and I'm sure we will see video of it in the next week or so.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, so the lyrics are, Mother Earth unites us in heart and mind, and the love we give makes us humankind through our vast, wondrous land. When we stand hand in hand, it's a small world after all. So, I mean, listen, it's
totally on point with the rest of the ride. So.
Absolutely. The interesting thing I thought about this too is that they're coming out with a 70th anniversary vinyl. Which I was thinking to myself, you got to be a really big fan of that song if you are buying a vinyl version. I'm now given it's a 70th anniversary thing, and it's got a cool design to it. So maybe you just buy it as a showpiece, and you're not like sitting there having a drink at night or something, listening to "It's a Small World." But
yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a very cool display piece. I like the.
I like it too.
The coloring of it. Like it's not quite on the same palette as Small World, but definitely
it's there. Yeah,
it fits. Yeah.
So I mean, I think I like when they do this stuff where they just make small updates to things. This is one of those things that they could make a small update without making people mad, because it is sometimes when they try to mess with Small Worlds, people get really mad. I remember in the Imagineering documentary that what's her face talked about it, Kim Irvine. She talked about how when they tried to update Small World in California with like new Disney characters, that people got real mad.
Yeah.
But then once it was done, everybody was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Which is funny because when we talked with Carrie last week about in Tokyo Disney, they've got like Groot and like the Guardians of the Galaxy in there, and
yeah, they got Stitch in the TV room.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just because they don't have the nostalgia for it necessarily, right? It's really a nostalgia thing. People get mad when you mess with their nostalgia.
Yeah, which I don't think that's fair, because then you're messing with somebody else's new nostalgia. I
agree.
That's a bit of mental gymnastics there, and I'll let y'all figure that one out. But
listen,
you telling people to not mess with your nostalgia, you're messing with somebody else's nostalgia.
Well, like my daughter 20 years from now might have nostalgia for the new Country Bear,
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
And you would never have that because the problem is that you want them to share in your nostalgia, but it doesn't click. Like exactly. I've done that with my son where I'm like, check out this thing that I did when I was a kid. And he's like, that's dumb. And I'm like, and then it hurts me. And I'm like, okay, never mind. I'll just keep that to myself. I did that with Nintendo games. I tried to show him Nintendo games, and this was after he was already like, playing like Fortnite and stuff. And he was like, I'm not playing this. This is bad. And I'm like, no, you can't say that about Castlevania.
It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. But like, listen, updates are, everyone knows this. Updates are good to me. I think updates.
Yeah, totally.
I like
this is one of those things where, I think we've all had enough rides on Small World, and, the next time I go, it's going to be, oh, hey, this is cool.
Something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the first time in a long time, something new in this ride. It's funny because there was, again, in the Imagineering documentary, they talked to Richard Sherman, and he said, he talks about how It's a Small World is like the longest running, continuously running song, in history or whatever. And he acknowledges, he says like, that people either love us, he goes, love us or hate us for. He gets it, that some people are like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to them to hear Small World over and over. So, but yeah, it's just, it's cool to add something new.
So. No, I just I had a weird thought about that.
Scared.
So, there's two things I would really love to see.
Yeah.
Is because I assume, at the end of a day at Disney, they do shut off all the rides, for maintenance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would love to see what the shutdown and startup sequence looks like on It's a Small World.
I'm sure it exists.
Like think about that for a second, right? Like how does it look when everything, like, when the music and the lights and everything turn off, and how does it look when it turns back on?
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just Googled this and I don't see a video of this anywhere. So
I can't imagine you would ever see a video of that, because how would, unless Disney put it out, how are people recording that?
Some maintenance guy has to be there in the morning when they turn it all on, right?
And not get fired for having a camera.
Well, that's the key, right? Yeah. That's the key. Is that, you got to not get fired. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
That's a good point.
It's an interesting thought, like not just actually for Small World, but for any of the rides, is, what does, startup and shutdown look like on those? That to me is like some next level interesting behind the scenes.
How does it feel to to be the first person to walk into Haunted Mansion in the morning and find that light switch?
Right?
Yeah,
right.
Creepy, right? Yeah, it's gotta be creepy.
Flip it on, and all of a sudden, all the ghosts are yeah.
Like,
that's in the graveyard, like grim grinning ghosts. Let's go.
I'm sure it's like not. I'm sure it's like nobody's even in there when it gets turned on or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I assume the panels are all
they're all elsewhere.
But I would still be curious what it like. If you're standing in the middle of that when all of that gets turned on, what does that look like?
yeah, that's probably very disorienting. I would assume. So yeah.
I want to
see I want to see. Well, there's this whole YouTube channels that are dedicated to people going into places of Disney where they're not supposed to go.
No, I can't support that.
I can't watch this either because I can't support it either. Yeah. I'm the same, because I don't want to support that kind of thing.
Yeah, if Disney wants to share that, fine. If it's if somebody's like sneaking in and it's like a GoPro like in the corner, I don't.
Yeah, because there was that whole series of videos where those guys kept sneaking into what was it? Horizons. Yeah, they kept they were
That was crazy, and also they kind of did it as like a historical thing, because they knew what they were doing was very much illegal. But I appreciate that they displayed it after the fact, and that actually kind of prompted like a lot of the security that Disney does have around their rides now. So I appreciate it from that historical point. I don't want somebody like, taking what I'm saying as like, sneak something onto a ride and record like, after hours or whatever. Like I don't want to promote that kind of behavior is my only thing.
Yeah, I actually, at the same time, though, I do want to watch that documentary that is, I don't know if it's out yet. Is it out already? A Stolen Kingdom? Are you familiar with this?
I've heard of it. I don't remember what the premise was, though.
Yeah, so it focuses around people, breaking the rules at Disney, but it also is specifically around the disappearance of Buzzy the animatronic from
right.
What you call it? I'm blanking on the name, but
Bodyworks? No.
It was from the Wonders of Life Pavilion. It was
Wonders of Life. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm trying. I can't remember the ride at the moment here. I just got to look it up really quick. Oh, Cranium Command. That's what it was. Cranium Command.
Right.
Which was basically the entire like concept of Inside Out, but that's neither here nor there. But but anyway, like because remember there was a whole thing where he got stolen.
Yeah,
and that was actually right around when we first started the podcast. I remember when that happened. But yeah, I am fascinated by this idea, and I watched the trailer for it and I was like, okay, this seems kind of interesting, so we'll see. Check that out. I don't know if it's out yet or not. I have to look, but
I'm sure I don't actively go looking for those things, but I guess because being looking at Disney stuff, it does eventually cross my table because you can't really avoid it.
You really can't. I don't know if it's actually available anywhere. Interesting. Okay. But anyway, what were we just talking about? I have no idea where we are.
We went down a rabbit hole about It's a Small World, but
didn't we?
To get back on track, so to circle back on to the beginning of this episode, we're talking about holiday stuff because the thing I love to think about the most in July is Christmas.
Christmas in July, man. Come on.
And my wife can probably see the look on my face right now, even though I'm not in the room with her, that I hate the fact that we're talking about Christmas in July. But
I'm sorry.
I also get why Disney does this. Disney, they preview this stuff well ahead of time because people are already planning holiday trips, stuff like that. I just want to enjoy my summer before I get to my winter is the only thing.
Listen, I get it. I get it. But yeah, no, it's we gotta get the. Here's the thing, though. As you know, I mean, Halloween starts next month at Disney, a month from now, basically.
I have a problem with that, but I know I
know.
Also understand why it is a thing. I don't diminish anybody else's experience on it. I just don't want to. I don't want to engage in Halloween in August.
Well, let's just skip over Halloween, go right to Christmas and all the other holidays around there. At Disney parks, and so the holiday season at Disney starts November 14th this year, which is actually I mean, it's only 6 weeks before Christmas, really. I mean, not even. It's like 5 weeks, right? So that's not... Halloween starts far earlier at Disney.
That's true. Yeah, they get a bigger lead up to Halloween than they do Christmas.
To be fair, though, they're constrained by Halloween. They probably would make Christmas like 3 months if they didn't have Halloween.
Christmas would be the back half of the year if they have Halloween in there.
It'd be like Food and Wine, for a while there, I remember Food and Wine ended up being like a 5-month... a 5-month festival, but they kind of pulled back from that though. Like it's definitely not that long anymore. I think it's only like 3 now, maybe.
I feel like they got some feedback on that.
Yeah, it's only 90 days now. So in fact, it says it right at the top of the article. We're going to go over later, but anyway. So Christmas and all the other holidays going on at Disney parks. So what do we got here? So Frozen Holiday Surprise. Are they doing? This year, guests can enjoy Frozen friends and over 100 of Snowgee siblings and add garlands. So they're just going to hide a bunch of the Snowgees around Magic Kingdom. Is that what's happening?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a cool thing to do. Because they did the same thing with Pascal near the Tangled bathrooms.
They did.
Where there's hidden Pascals everywhere. So yeah, that makes for a fun scavenger hunt kind of thing.
Does anybody miss the Frozen Castle? Like the lights they used to put on the castle? I liked it too, but it also caused them to have like a crane sitting behind the castle for like 3 months of the year. That's true. Which nobody liked.
But here's my thing about that is that I feel like they could have taken the time to engineer it, that they could have left it up all year round.
Yeah.
Without it being obvious that it's there, because of how LEDs and everything work nowadays, they could have blended it into the side of the castle, and then only you just use it when you need to use it, and it can just sit there the rest of the time. But I also get them taking it up and down is it was a production.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go Google it. They haven't done it for a while. It's been years now. I'm trying to remember the last time they did it. I feel like it was pre-pandemic, but I don't. I feel like that was a pandemic casualty, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I feel like the crane had like its own Facebook page at one point.
Oh, it did. Yeah, there was a whole thing with because it was visible from like everywhere because it was a huge crane, and it would like sit literally directly behind. It was a crazy eyesore. Now I'm assuming because they're saying that there's still a moment where Elsa freezes the castle, which they've been doing, but I'm pretty sure they've just been doing it with projection mapping, which is fine and good, but it's not as cool as the Frozen like lights that were on there before.
The LED lights pop differently than projections.
They do. I agree. So, and then of course the Disney Starlight is premiering here in like a week, so that'll be exciting. And Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It's funny. We have a friend that is going to Disney World for the first time ever, right, with her kids. And I was like, listen, I'll help you. like I'm here. So, because everybody, I think most people that listen to this podcast are probably the Disney people of their friends, and you get asked the questions and, need to help people. And they were asking me, she was like, she's going in September, and she was like, well, do we need to do the Halloween party? I'm like, I feel like that's a little bit more advanced level. Like, let's stay with the basics right now. Like,
Yeah. You don't go in.
You don't go straight to that.
Yeah, because that's a whole thing, right?
It is. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
And if you're not prepared for it, like both the Christmas and the Halloween party, you need to do a little bit of research.
Yeah. And so we were talking through all that and such. But yeah, so let's see what else we got here. Of course, the Jingle Cruise is coming back, which have you ever done the Jingle Cruise, Trevor?
Oh, yeah. Jingle Cruise is awesome.
I love the Jingle Cruise. Yeah. I always a huge fan of that because I love that they change up the jokes and, that everything is decorated. It's just a really neat thing for them to do, Yeah,
it's a great way to do a seasonal overlay because it doesn't diminish the ride. Like it's still the ride, but it gives it, like you said, that flair of, Christmas time. It's not like Nightmare Before Christmas. Because Nightmare Before Christmas is a terrible overlay, and I hate it. And I wish that they would stop doing it.
Oh my gosh, you really hate that.
I'm so sick of it. I'm so like I saw it back in like what was the first time I saw it? Like 2012 or 2013 or something. And I was like, oh, this is cool. But then it was like, okay, stop. Like it just because it ruins the ride, honestly, because it's not the same ride anymore. Right?
Yeah,
like
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Sorry,
and
that was an aside.
Rant.
Okay.
I know.
I will bring it back in now.
And then over at Epcot, they're going to be doing, of course, the what do you call it? The Festival of the Holidays. So we got the Festival of the Holidays happening over there. That one is a little bit different though too, because they have the Festival of the Holidays doesn't start till November 28th, so it's a couple weeks later and goes till December 30th. And they're going to have, it looks like they're saying they're doing a thing in Communicore Plaza. So they're going to have a combination of classic songs, updated arrangements with vocalists. Okay, so they're actually finally going to use Communicore for what it was, meant for, which is like concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
like this is like the thing that they wanted for it.
Voices of Liberty are doing
caroling.
They're doing the caroling, which I feel like. Did they or that was gone for a little bit, wasn't it? Because I know Voices of Liberty was.
It might have been.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Voices of Liberty. Every time we're around there, we definitely check them out because they're incredible. They're incredible.
I don't remember them doing the caroling. Is the only thing. Like I feel like that was put on hold for a bit, or maybe they just weren't advertising as much.
Yeah, you might be right. I like that they're also doing this thing where they have holiday storytellers around the World Showcase. Like each showcase has a different like holiday storyteller and they're telling different stories. I kind of think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's specific to the culture of the pavilion, which I same thing. I love the understanding what these stories look like from all kinds of different cultures. It's a very cool way to better understand how Christmas works across the world, right?
Yeah.
Or the holiday. Exactly. I shouldn't say Christmas, but the holidays, right?
Well, yeah. And I was actually just going to point out that they also have a Hanukkah storyteller that they're going to have, which is, shout out to all my Jewish friends here. And I think I've talked about this before. We celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas in my house. So I appreciate the inclusiveness of this, that they also have Hanukkah there as well. Because, all of these things tend to overlap. Hanukkah often is either a week, around the same time as Christmas usually. So we are usually doing them both around the same time. I love that they're doing that.
I need to shout out here the Canada Pavilion because I'm very curious what this is.
Canadian Holiday Voyagers.
No. So I think it's Canadian Holiday Voyagers. It sounds because they have the EU spelling of it. We do that a lot with words. We add the extra U in there for, various reasons. But it sounds like it'll be very French-centric for some reason. But it's funny because as a Canadian, I don't know what this is.
Okay, well,
because we just celebrate Christmas. Yeah.
They've had it the past 2 years, though, so you can go watch YouTube videos.
I need to go look this up because what is a Canadian holiday like?
Oh, dude,
we're celebrating Christmas. What is what?
It's just the band Off Kilter. They rebranded Off Kilter into a holiday band.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Well, why? Okay.
I mean, I guess that's what I mean. And Off Kilter's good. I mean, I like them. I've watched them before. They're good. If I think that, I mean, that's what AI here says anyway. But yeah.
Okay. Here's the full show from last year. Okay.
Yeah. You can watch this whole thing. So
fine, whatever. It's just funny how like all these other ones are like, oh, here's a great cultural thing, and it's like in Canada, yeah, we got a band. Like, but I guess it's like, hey, we celebrate Christmas too. We just
Well, listen, what is even? There's nothing at the American Pavilion. Is that? I mean, it's not even listed. I guess just Santa's there hanging out. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, to be fair, Santa is like everywhere. Like there's multiple places you can find Santa. So yeah.
I mean, okay, but so sorry.
I just love the like they're trying to like, oh, and we got Canadian stuff. It's like no, we don't do anything different at Christmas time. Yes, we have the Hanukkah, we have Christmas, we have all that stuff going on.
To be fair though, what did you want them to do?
I don't know, but it's just funny
have a Canadian thing at all.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm trying.
I get it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything specifically Canadian that would come up around.
I mean, I don't know any, obviously, but what I don't think.
We'd have to probably get pretty deep into a conversation to figure out. Like, I'm sure that there's things that are Canadianisms that I don't think about.
Well, and the same for me, right? I'm sure there's things that we only do here in the United States that I don't realize because it's just what I've always done,
Yeah, like you guys don't have Nanaimo bars, so you don't even know what the heck I just said.
I don't know what those words that just came out of your mouth are, but
you would love Nanaimo bars. But,
okay, what are they? What I did, hit me with it. What are they?
It's a chocolate. So you make them in a tray, and it's like chocolate on top, custard in the middle, or you can get mint flavored ones too. I actually like the mint better than the custard flavored ones. And then the bottom is like.
Oh, you've talked to me about this before, and I've Googled it. This looks fantastic. I want this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
I'm making this for Christmas this year. I'm happy. This is happening.
But that's the thing is like up here, we go to the grocery store and buy Nanaimo bars because they're just available everywhere, and we don't think about it. But that's a very like. I guess, that's like a Canadian thing that, we just associate it with Christmas, and we're just like, Nanaimo bars. Like it's
all right. Your wife needs to hook me up with a good recipe, a good straight up Canadian recipe for this, so I can make these.
Well, we'll have to. Like, we honestly don't make our own Nanaimo bars because, like I said, they're at the grocery store. We don't.
I know, but your wife likes to bake though.
Yeah, fair. Okay, she's going to listen to this, and she will find you some Nanaimo bars.
She doesn't need to. I just need a recipe. I'll make it.
That's what I mean. She'll find you. Right. She'll find you something that works. Yeah.
I just want a legit Canadian recipe. I can Google one, but I want one from like a Canadian.
She'll recommend something for you.
All right. That sounds good. Anyway,
we're having some great asides here on this. I feel the holiday stuff always brings this out.
What people don't know is listening to us talk. Before we started the show today, we usually try to start the show pretty quickly, but then we ended up talking for 45 minutes about other stuff. So it just happens, we
complete and just
random stuff.
Just to disclose, like we were talking, Tom's going to a Weird Al concert, and we talked about that for a little bit, which, I hope some of our listeners can appreciate how cool that is. Like, love Weird Al. But
I think so. If I look at our demo is like 30 to 50, like in that range. So I feel like most people in that demo probably know Weird Al. So, but pumped to go to Weird Al. So then, Trevor and I just nerded out about Weird Al for a while.
and other bands in the same area as Weird Al as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
back to the
show. Oh gosh.
All right. Let's move on to Jollywood Nights. So
let's just get it. Yeah, that's good enough.
So we kind of talked about Epcot. We've talked about so Jollywood Nights is the next one on here. I have to say, and I know I've said this in the past, I absolutely love the vibe of Jollywood Nights. Like it has like that, like 1950s. I don't know what the proper term for the aesthetic is, but it feels so. Yeah, it feels so Christmassy, and they got like the Muppets there.
They got
all the
Stitch
stuff
in there
is
this
coming
year.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're adding
Stitch is on the
in.
poster. Yeah. Which, someone was like, Stitch made $1 billion. We got to throw Stitch in there.
Yeah, and the this poster of the Hollywood Tower Hotel, the Tip Top Club,
I'm missing.
Is this new?
No, I think they had this last year. I think they did have this last year, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
The Twilight Soiree at the Tip Top Club.
The Tip Top Club, yeah. Because technically, if you look, so does it say that? No, it doesn't say that it's new. I'm pretty sure they had it last year. Yeah, but technically, if you look at the Tower of Terror at night, you can see, if you look carefully in the top windows, you can see people up there. Like, oh, really? There's not actual people, but it's
but it's like a facade for it. But this is actually it's an exclusive event that transports you to a 1930s style jazz lounge, which is such a cool vibe, right?
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it is. It's a very cool vibe. They really, and I remember how this one at first got a lot of hate because they didn't execute it very well.
Yeah.
But now it seems like they've really kind of hit on. They've really made this a robust party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they realize that you gotta lean in on it if you're gonna do like an upscale jazz club, you gotta lean in on it. You can't do halfway.
Yeah, absolutely. So, by the way, if you Google this, the Tip Top Club is it was a thing before they put it in here. Mm-hmm. And you can actually, there is like a silhouette of somebody up in the window. I don't know if they still light it up at night or not, but you have to really, it's kind of hard to see. But the fact that they made that into a thing for the party is kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing that Jollywood Nights is doing too that I really like, the thing I actually dislike the most is Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. I don't like that as a nighttime show.
It's fair.
But I feel like they make up for it with the character meets that they're doing. Because there is some pretty heavy hitting character meets going on during Jollywood Nights. Like Phineas and Ferb, Max Goof from in his Powerline costume, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Santa Stitch, Baloo and King Louie. There's a whole bunch of Pixar characters in here. There's Jose and Panchito from the Three Caballeros. Miguel from Coco, it's nice.
They're doing the skating show again this year too, where they in front of the theater, which is also very cool. The other thing I wanted to, I know you hate Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of this actual show because it is pretty cool.
Which show?
They do like they have a sing along show.
The What's This? Yeah.
Yeah, but
okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's cool, but Disney ruined Nightmare Before Christmas for me, so that's on them.
they just wait. Why did Disney ruin it? Just by putting by sheer virtue of putting it, in a Haunted Mansion? Is that the problem?
Because they couldn't just leave Haunted Mansion alone, and so because it's moved into that space, it's ruined it for me.
All right. Well, fair. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm not going to.
I'm sticking to that. I'm going to die on this hill.
You're going to die on that hill. I get it.
Get it out of a Haunted Mansion overlay for 6 months of the year, and I might change my opinion on it. But until that happens, I'm not participating in anything Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why it tickles me so much how much you hate it. it just does. Oh man. Okay.
Because I can't ride Haunted Mansion in fall.
I know.
I have to go there in March if I want to ride it.
Oh, there's also going to be Duffy Santa. You forgot Duffy Santa.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I completely. We should definitely be calling out Duffy Santa.
How dare you? And they also brought back. They still have Gertie cookies. The Gertie with the hat on.
I love.
Listen, it's really funny. I think I've said this before, but there's pretty much almost no things at Disney that you could take away where I would be outraged, because most of the time I'm just like, yeah, progress, great. If they ever take away Gertie, I'm going to be there with a sign protesting. Gertie is my hill to die on. Okay,
that'll be your thing. Okay, I've got Haunted Mansion. You've got Gertie. Okay,
dude, I Gertie is one of my earliest memories of Disney. I remembered Gertie when I was a kid, like, you know, from like one of the very first times I probably the very first time I ever went to Hollywood Studios, right? And I don't know, man. There's just something about Gertie that's like, it's like Figment to me, man. If they ever got rid of Figment, I'm in the same place. It's Figment and Gertie. Don't mess with Gertie.
You want to know something funny about Gertie for me?
What?
Gertie, so because I live in Alberta and we actually have a very high concentration of dinosaurs here.
Oh,
yeah. Because of the, if you know what the Royal Tyrrell Museum is in Drumheller, there's actually an entire like dinosaur research area there. So I've grown up with seeing like dinosaur sculptures and stuff. Like our zoo has a whole dinosaur section. You know, you can find it everywhere. So Gertie, like when I saw Gertie, I was like, oh yeah, dinosaur, cool. Anyway, so Gertie doesn't. I know, but I understand why. Like you know, looking at Echo Lake and everything, I understand why you're attached to that. But for me, it's just funny because it's just one of many in the lexicon of dinosaurs that I've seen.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hit for me quite the same way, but I get why you see it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But did you mention that they have Stitch dressed as Santa?
I said Santa Stitch. Yeah.
Santa Stitch. Okay, because I was going to say I didn't see it. I didn't see it on the page, and I was like, why put him in the poster if you're not going to have him there? But no, okay,
I just changed the wording when I was reading it.
Got it.
That's probably what messed it up.
Yeah, no, listen, this is one that I would potentially check out. I do feel like they try to position this one a little bit more towards adults than they do like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, right? Which, yeah, because I mean, like they're doing like, you know, a jazz thing, they're doing a skating show, and like, you know, it feels a little more adulty, but not completely. Like it's not like your kids aren't going to have a good time. They are. I'm just saying, like if you want to go super kid angle, you go Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. You want to go a little more adult, you go Jollywood Nights. You know?
Yeah, you're right. It is that difference between like, you know, I think about, you know, when I was a kid, how I was enjoying Christmas was very close to like Very Merry Christmas Party. But I remember my parents having, you know, they would have friends over, and it was like, you know, kind of like that, you know, not obviously like a jazz club, but like that same kind of vibe, right? You know, getting together with friends for the holidays and stuff. That's what Jollywood Nights feels like to me, is like more of that, like, you know, just friends getting together versus like, you know, kids' Christmas party. And I like that. I very much like that Disney is acknowledging that as like, hey, you can pick how you want to celebrate your holidays with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think the hint is in the character greets, right? Because look at the characters at Jollywood Nights, right?
Yeah,
Max
they're very
Goof,
tuned.
Rescue Rangers. Yeah, they're very much geared towards 30 to 45-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're talking, Max Goof, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Stitch, Baloo, and King Louie. Like,
these are Disney Afternoon collection characters.
Yes. Right? Yeah, like a lot of kids, like I don't think my daughter knows who Baloo is. Now, maybe that's my fault, but you know, maybe I should get her on the Baloo train here.
I made my son watch Tailspin a couple of times, so he at least knows who Baloo is.
Listen, sometimes in like my music mix when I'm listening to music, like either the DuckTales theme song comes on or the Tailspin theme song comes on. I'm never skipping over that, my friend. Never going to skip over either one of those ever. They're so good. You know, Tailspin's a great one too. I mean, nothing beats DuckTales. I think DuckTales might be my favorite song for any show of all time.
Yeah, but DuckTales is definitely a banger for sure. But I feel Chippendale and DuckTales are kind of, you know, neck and neck for that, because Chippendale is a different, like it hits a little bit differently than DuckTales.
See, it's funny because like I feel like if you listen to the DuckTales theme now, it doesn't feel as 90s as the Chippendale Rescue Rangers one does. You know, like the Chippendale Rescue Ranger one feels very 80s 90s, you know. It's just got that sound to it. Not that DuckTales doesn't, it just like, I don't know, it just doesn't as much, you know.
I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Well, yeah, I guess we are hitting that time.
We should do our ad, and then we can talk. I don't know if we need to talk about the Christmas party at all. I think we kind of did already.
Yeah, before we do the ad, one thing I really want to call out, so they have this whole page in the Festival of the Arts. I laugh at how they've positioned these people in these photos, that there's like a family with Like they're all in sweaters, and the kid's got like a scarf around his neck, and they must be sweating so badly because there's no way anybody like all the people in these pictures are in sweaters. You you would not ever be in Epcot in a sweater on. Yeah. Like, it's just so hilarious how they're trying to give that like holiday vibe, but it's like that. This is not what actually happens. Or like, there's a lady in like a candy cane sweater on Living with the Land, which like it's so warm in there.
Yeah, like no, you're not doing like they probably are like, quick, take the picture before they start sweating. You know, like
wipe the sweat off, take the picture, and then
because I mean, if there were me in this picture, my face would be completely red colored, and there'd be sweat running down my face. I get you.
Who has worn a scarf in Disneyland or in Disney World? Like I've never, or sorry, I shouldn't say never. Like in January, maybe, but even like November to December, like I guess I'm speaking as a Canadian. I know that, but I've never had a point in the fall at Disney where I felt like, oh, I need to like put on jeans and a long sleeve shirt. Like that's just not happening.
I'm with you.
Just calling out that, you know, they're trying to present an aesthetic on these pages, but you know, I'm as somebody who lives in a colder climate and knows how Disney is, this doesn't look right.
I always love stock photos. But these aren't even stock photos. These are Disney.
These are clearly, these are clearly staged photos. I think pretty much every time I've been at Disney, I've seen them setting up for a shoot like this or like a video, or because they do this kind of stuff constantly. Like I feel like I always see this stuff about to happen, you know? And I just realized, so that there's two photos here. There's the photo with the family of 4, and then there's the photo with the dad and the son. The dads are in both of those photos in the background, respectively. So the dad with the kid is in the background when the family of 4 is there. And then if you look at the kid and the dad photo, the dad from the family of 4 is like walking away.
I see what you're talking about.
So they literally just got like, you know, like 10 actors or whatever, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go around and do photos, try not to, you know, die of heat exhaustion while we're doing this.
It's 1,000,000 degrees out today, but we're gonna put a sweater on you, pretend like it's cold in Florida.
You're gonna need a thick knit heavy sweater in Epcot, you know. Good luck. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry, I had to call that out, and now we will do the ad.
let's do that.
All right. So this week, our sponsor is DVC Rental Store. DVC Rental Store is a World of DVC company that offers magical vacations at an incredible value. Save up to 60% off retail rates at premium Disney resorts. DVC Rental Store now includes deposits as low as 25% at the time of booking and a built-in cancellation policy for every reservation. And as always, DVC Rental Store pays out the most to members looking to rent their points. Want to learn more? Go to dvcrentalstore.com/welcome home or call 1-855-DVC-RENT. That's 382-7368. When you speak to them, be sure to let them know that Welcome Home sent you.
All right. Did we cover all the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas stuff? I mean, I just want to mention the party.
We talked about it high level. But
so parties start November 7th. They end December 21st. So, and there's a lot of dates in there, but, you know, they are going to sell out because they always do. Do they have pricing going on in here?
You know, I don't want to say certain dates sell out. I know every time we've gone in like mid-November, I've never gone to a sold out one.
Oh, really?
Definitely. Yeah. So not all of the parties sell out, but, you know, definitely plan accordingly, because as you know, the beginning ones usually do. And as you get further into December, guaranteed they will sell out.
They will sell out. Yeah. We're actually going to, well, you know what? It's interesting. I just had a thought, because I'm going to be in Florida for Thanksgiving again this year. So we and my wife and I have in no way talked about this, but I just assume that we are going to end up at Magic Kingdom for at least a day while we're in Florida, because of course we are. But
I forget your Thanksgiving is actually in the middle of when these Christmas party dates are. I keep thinking you're like, oh, I'm going to be there for Thanksgiving. I'm like, you're going to be there in October? What does that have to do with
it? Yeah. Well, I'm almost thinking to myself, maybe we do like we do a different park that, you know, maybe we do like Epcot, and then we go do the Christmas party and then go home. I mean, not a bad
could be a
idea.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad. I mean, we're going like, because they have parties the 2 days before and the day after Thanksgiving this year. So,
You can get a nice sweater to wear around Epcot, and then get it.
No joke. When we were there for Thanksgiving a couple years back, we went to Legoland and it was like 90 degrees out. So,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was awful. We were so warm. We were like, does Florida ever get cold? Can it get cold once?
Right.
Yeah. Are we seeing? I haven't seen prices anywhere. Did you see prices?
No. I'm looking through this article, and I don't think they've announced.
Oh, here we go.
Prices.
Ticket prices. Got it.
Oh my God. Where are they? Where are they?
Ouch. I'm on their website. I just went to Disney's website. Between $169 and $229. Oof.
All right.
Oof. I mean, listen, I expected that. That's what they cost, right? But I just, that's a lot.
Okay. To be fair, I here's where I'm going to argue for why. Anybody going, oh, that is really expensive. This is a very unique experience.
Oh yeah.
Let me just put that out there, is that the Christmas party, I mean, everyone always thinks about like, well, there's the parade and the fireworks. That's not why you're at the Christmas party. There are some character meets. You can see Anna and Elsa in their Christmas attire, and Sally and Santa Jack, I guess, if you want. But and getting
you Mickey for Christmas this year, all sorts of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can skip all that. So there's the character meets, but the ride overlays that happen during the Christmas party, like Space Mountain, is insane. The Tomorrowland Speedway is insane. You can get on the Jingle Cruise at night, which otherwise can be very difficult to get onto. So don't, if you're looking for, very specific Christmas experience, if you want to basically be hit over the head with the spirit of Christmas, it is that. And then also like all the treats, you get like hot chocolate, which I know, like we just talked about, it's too hot there, but still getting hot chocolate in the middle of Magic Kingdom is just, it's insane.
It can get cool at night during the winter time.
It does. I mean,
not
the hot chocolate
cold, but cool.
Yeah. It didn't do us any favors, but I still enjoyed it because I got it with a gingerbread cookie, and it just like the whole party just exudes like Christmas vibes, right?
Yeah.
So it is expensive, yes, but I feel it's very much worth it for what you're getting.
I honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, because we've been waiting to do the parties until my daughter got a little bit older, because they are so expensive, and I really wanted her to be able to stay up that late. My daughter is not a stay up late kid; she just isn't.
Yeah,
my wife and I are. I don't know how you and your wife are, but I'm a night owl. My wife is not, and I believe my daughter got my wife's go to bed by 8:00. Genes. So, but that's not me. I'm up all night kind of person, right? So I worry about buying tickets to this and my daughter passing out at like 7:30. So
that's totally fair. We had the same issue when my son was younger. I remember waking him up to watch the fireworks in Disneyland when he was like 7 or 8 years old. But yeah, you're right. As they get I found when my son was about 11 or 12 was when we could really we were running around like closing out the park for the Christmas party. And yeah, you're right. You want them to be old enough that, they can do, and also, keep in mind too, if you're doing the Christmas party, you don't have to do like a full day in any other park. You can, you can take a break and just like save all your energy for that and just accept that you're going to be tired the next morning.
And for us, we're not even gonna stay overnight, right? Because my mom lives an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, so you're just gonna leave, go to your mom's place, and then
exactly.
Yeah.
And as long as I'm awake, it doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm the one that has to drive. So as long as I'm awake to drive, it really doesn't matter, and I'll be awake to drive. So it's.
But you want her to enjoy,
of course,
this kind. Like you don't want her, crashing in the middle of the party either.
Exactly, but. At the same time, I feel like maybe it's time. But, when we were on the cruise, I tried to get her to do the pirate party, which they don't do it till like 10:00 at night. which my daughter was not staying up for, right? Like that wasn't happening. And she, like, on the cruise, we were so busy and doing stuff all day that she crashed at like literally as soon as dinner was over, she just was out, right? And we were done with dinner by like 7:30. So, you know, and I even tried to wake her up for the pirate party, and because she told me to, and I woke her up, and she looks at me and she's like, "Why'd you wake me up?" And I'm like, "Didn't you want to go see the fireworks?" And she was like, "No." And then I woke her up again, and I said, "You sure you don't want to go see the fireworks?" And she was like, "Yeah, leave me alone." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then the next morning she goes, "Why didn't you wake me up for the fireworks?"
I did, but you didn't register what I was saying.
No, that she's like, "No, you didn't. You didn't wake me up." And I was like, "But I did though." You know.
I get that.
My daughter's the queen of giving me a hard time. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah, no. You know what? I actually might. I'm gonna talk to the boss and see maybe if we can do that this year. We'll see.
There you go.
We're definitely there's definitely gonna be a day at the parks. Like I just don't know when. We haven't really planned it out yet, but it's gonna happen. You know.
And yeah, like I said, I feel like you're at a point where the Christmas party is definitely something that you may be able to, or you know, if your daughter can stay up a bit later, you know, you can see and do a lot that you would never experience otherwise, right?
Well,
but
we're not doing
this
with
a price tag.
Well, the other problem though too is that we're not doing strollers anymore. So we actually just gave away our stroller to somebody. Mm-hmm. So no more strollers, which she did fine with last time we were at Disney, right? So like the couple days we were there, there was no issues with it. But if we're there all day and we're trying to get her till 10 o'clock, it would have been nice to have a place for her to, you know, maybe take a little nap in the middle of the day kind of thing. But you know, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Anyway, Trevor.
All right.
Trevor, Food and Wine Festival. Can we talk about that?
We can a little bit, but
yeah, that's a teaser.
So yeah, just so everybody is aware, this is not a food time section.
We will have a full food time for Food and Wine once the full menu comes out. This is a teaser.
Exactly. Yeah. So all this is talking about is they've got a couple of little food teasers here, but I feel like the big thing on this list is the Eat to the Beat concert schedule.
We love talking about that every year. You know, it's funny. Yeah. It's funny, Trevor. So I mentioned it's going to be 90 days in 2025. I wonder what it was at its longest. I wonder if like AI can answer this for me. But... Yeah, because I'm curious because I feel like at one point it got to be like 5 months, right? Are you looking this up?
I'm doing a quick Google search.
All right. So it's 90 days this year. They still have they're still going to do the little scavenger hunt for the kids. It's going to be 35 booths this year. It's funny though, Trevor. I was just talking about my friend that's going to Disney and for the first time, and I told her that while she's at Epcot that the Food and Wine Festival is going on, and she's like, "Well, like what's that? Describe it to me." And I'm like,
it's Food and Wine Festival.
I was like, it's a Food and Wine Festival. Like, it's, you know, there's food and there's wine. But you know, like my wife reminded me of this because I forget sometimes. She's like, Disney World's a scary place if you've never been there before, right? Because it's huge. It's, you know, there's stuff everywhere. There's all sorts of like rules and, you know, tips and tricks and like, it's a lot. And so she's like, you know, remember that when you're talking to her. So I was like, okay, so, you know, listen, it's basically a bunch of food booths that are themed and, you know, you can just get small plates of different dishes. Right. And she's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's awesome. It's like, you know, a thing that a lot of people love. So what were you going to say though about what did you find? How long?
I haven't found it yet. I'm going through. Okay. It seems the longest one was from July 15th to November 22nd in 2020.
Okay, see, I remember there was, okay. Well, they extended that was extended because of COVID though, right?
Yeah. But it doesn't, or I wish they had something that just had like the day count. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Continue what you were saying.
I don't even remember what I was saying. Let's see.
Sorry, I derailed you there.
You did a little bit. No, my brain doesn't work anymore. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, they're doing some new food booths. So let's see what we got here. Do they have food? We are going to do a full food time on this. I am looking forward to that. They are returning with a lot of fan favorites like the, what is that? This fruit cheesecake thing with the boursin and fig balsamic. I think they had that last year. And then of course the Brazilian cheese bread coming back because how could you not have, because it's delicious, right? And then the griddled cheese too with pistachios and honey. I think people like that from the Grease booth previously. I remember that dish. But let's talk Eat to the Beat, right?
Okay. Real quick, I did find the answer. It was 2020 and it was 100 days. This one this year is running for 90 days though.
Okay. Yeah.
Still pretty high out there.
So take this for what it is, but I used ChatGPT to find this answer, so who knows if this is correct or not. But it says from 2021 to present, it was 115 to 130 days, so it was mid-July to mid-November. But again, this year is different. And then it says last year it was July 27th to November 23rd. And then so the pandemic year was July to November as well. So but it like jumped after 2019, because 2019 it went up to 75 days, and then they were like, well, let's just add on another 2 months. like it started late August and went to November, but now it's kind of happening again, right? So
okay, I mean it's, I guess it's fine, because people definitely enjoy it, and I don't mind that it runs for so long, because of the fact that, as we talk about it on Food Time, we've had chances to sample some of the different food, and the more this is one of those cases where the longer it's open, it means more people get to enjoy it, which you don't have to like stress quite so much about like, well, I gotta, if I'm gonna miss this festival if I don't book this time, right? Like they're kind of leaving it pretty open. But
I do wonder why they cut it back a month this year, though, because last year I believe it did start in July, and I think it's odd that and it even mentions here that when it first started it was only 30 days long, and now we're up to 90, but still it's 30 days less. And I wonder, because listen, at the end of the day, Disney's using the Food and Wine Festival to fill up Epcot during times that it might not be as busy, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they feel like with the new test track opening or whatever, maybe they just don't think that they need it in July this year. I don't know. That's
my thought, is that, like I feel like, when they have other things, like you said, the test track opening is something that they're definitely leaning into right now. Yeah. They don't want to overshadow it with things like festivals. Yeah. So, so I guess, the nice thing about that is, the festival is flexible, and what's weird is that it could actually go back down to 30 days at some point if they had enough other stuff going on at Epcot.
I guess they could.
I know it's probably not going to happen, but it's still a very interesting thing to think about.
I like to believe this is a very lucrative festival for them. I would believe that they make a lot of money doing this. It's also probably operationally a nightmare, but they probably make a lot of money doing it.
I feel it's easier than a lot of things, because, if people are there just to enjoy the food, it's not like logistically, it's just running the booths. It's not like, the weird thing about Epcot is that, even if rides, like, you never hear about people really freaking out because rides broke down at Epcot. Yeah. Not the same way at like at Magic Kingdom, people are like, oh my gosh, like, these rides are down and it was terrible. At Epcot, it's kind of like, oh, okay, but rides are down, but there's still the World Showcase and booths, and it's a different vibe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Should we talk Eat to the Beat?
Yeah, let's get into some of these bands, because I mean, there's definitely some like
Joey Fatone Can't Stay Away, man.
There's some vets on here that
I think Joey Fatone just likes going to Epcot.
Yeah, Joey Fatone and Friends. I love that they say
and friends. Yeah,
like, who's he bringing?
Yeah, like who is he bringing with him? Yeah. So then KT Tunstall, who I remember having one hit back in, I think it was just that one hit, right?
I guess I probably would know, or the problem with a lot of these bands is it's like, I don't know their names, but then it's like, oh, there's like a one hit wonder or something that they have.
There are a lot of one hit wonders. Yeah.
I mean, Starship, I know. Sheila E. Tiffany is on here.
Yeah.
Baha Men is kind
Baha Men. They're not new though. They've been there. Yeah.
Yeah. The Wanted.
The Fray is there again. Hoobastank is there again. Smash Mouth is there again.
Although Smash Mouth is not Smash Mouth. And we talked about this before the show as we were talking about bands and stuff, is that there are definitely some bands that, and this is something to keep in mind, is that some bands do rotate through members, and it gets to a point where it's not even like the original people, or there's
like
maybe
one person
one
left.
person.
Yeah.
So, Smash Mouth is like, don't expect like, Smash Mouth you remember from 20 years ago.
Well, and actually, it's funny because I brought this up to you because I saw that it was the Beach Boys reference, and I was like, who's left in the Beach Boys? Because the Beach Boys are going to be here, which I feel like is an interesting ad.
They're closing this out too, which is kind of
yeah, they are. And then they have Boyz II Men again, which again, they're Boyz II Men. I not that long ago was selling out, arenas still. I mean, they're still pretty popular.
But I feel they're probably in the same boat as Joey Fatone, as sign up for this because hey,
free trip to
free Disney trips, and go perform for a couple of days and you're good. I feel this is the big one, honestly, is Bowling for Soup.
Yeah,
and Bowling for Soup kind of has a couple of different, like you said, they're a big band from our youth, but they also did the Phineas and Ferb opening.
They did, yeah.
So that's kind of, again, that they have actually had ties back to Disney for that, and because Phineas and Ferb started a new season that like they've been promoting it, that they've come back and done another season of Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah,
that's going to be I feel a very interesting concert because there's a lot of like, it's not just and sorry, I shouldn't downplay these other ones as they don't have anything going on, but they're not in a position of like, they're like an older band that maybe people forgot about. They actually have something, current that they're doing, and they're here playing at Epcot. Yeah. So
they're going to play that song there. There's no way.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah. If they didn't play the opening to Phineas and Ferb, I think you would hear about it on the news because like, there would be police showing up at Epcot for the riot.
I never watched. So I think Phineas and Ferb maybe was just not my. It was either not around my like generation when I was watching this kind of stuff. Because when was that? Yeah, it was. I was in college when Phineas and Ferb was out. So out of college. So just out of college. So it was not a show that I've ever watched and really even know anything about. But I know they just redid it, and it's been, or not redid it, but did another season of it, right?
Yeah, for me, Phineas and Ferb hit like when my son was younger, but like he was at the age where like we had moved past like the Disney Treehouse, or no, what was it
Clubhouse,
called?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Yeah, like we were past all of that, and so Phineas and Ferb was like, my son was young when we were watching it, so yeah, we like there was a point where we had Phineas and Ferb on in the house for like days at a time. So I'm very familiar with Phineas and Ferb, and to be honest, like the one thing that I liked about Phineas and Ferb, or the old ones, and I assume they'll do the same thing in the new ones, was that they managed to work music into every episode, and it was well varied. Like they did a really good job of like not just doing the same song all the time. Like it always like they tried to change it up and whatever, and so. And so tying Bowling to Soup back to that is, or Bowling for Soup back to that is, like I would go and see this. Like I would actually stop and wait for something like this, which is unusual for me because normally whatever is playing at Eat to the Beat or whatever, it's just like, cool, but I would never, you kind of walk by the amphitheater there, right? And you're just like, oh, cool, somebody's playing, right? But you don't stop and think about it. Bowling for Soup would be one that I would go and see.
Yeah, I'm just just looking at Phineas and Ferb, like one of the guys that created it is also a guy that worked on The Simpsons, Rocko's Modern Life, King of the Hill. These are the things of my childhood. I'm talking about Swampy Marsh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
think Dan as well did.
Yes.
They both
that's the other one.
A lot of different things. Yeah.
Yeah, the two of them created it, but the other guy is Jeff Swampy Marsh, who is a fairly legendary guy in the animation. Like I said, he's Simpsons, King of the Hill, Rocko's Modern Life. He's done a bunch of stuff. Like he did a lot of the things from my childhood. So, and it's interesting. Maybe I'll check it out because from everything I've seen, it does seem like one of those shows. not a Ren and Stimpy, because Ren and Stimpy was like over the top, but like a more adult show that also appeals to kids. Maybe
it has some smart comedy in it, so they definitely built it in a way that it's there's a lot of the kids like jokes that resonate with kids, but then you can see where they do like double jokes or things that are directed at the adult in the room, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
The other thing too is their sister Candace is voiced by Ashley Tisdale, which you'd know her from probably High School Musical, I think. Yeah.
I've never seen High School Musical, but I am aware of who Ashley Tisdale is. My daughter, I think I've told you, is very obsessed with The Descendants, and so my wife and I laugh about this a lot because, listen, say what you will about The Descendants, the songs in those movies are insanely catchy. And my daughter wants to listen to it all the time. And so I will be walking around my house sometimes singing Descendants songs because they get stuck in my head. And my wife will do the same. And we get angry about it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
we had a phase of Descendants too. I'm with you on it.
Now she's getting into the zombies thing too. The zombies.
Oh yeah. Zombies was the other one. We never watched Zombies because I think by the time like our son kind of grew out of like watching Disney shows for a little bit. So Descendants was like, I think the last that we really watched.
Well, the funny thing is I can't get my daughter to watch the actual movies themselves. I think we've talked about this. She won't watch the movies. She'll watch clips of the movies. She'll watch like the dance numbers and the singing and everything, but she will not watch the movie. And when we were on the cruise, they had the movies on demand. And we at one point tried to get her to watch it when we were having some downtime. And she was just like, nope. Like, and like some of the songs I was thinking to myself, I was like, I really like the context of the song a little bit, because I'm sure there's more context than actually watching the movie, because some of the stuff just doesn't make sense if you don't know what's going on.
Something leads into the song, so
Okay, we went way off track here.
We did, totally. All right, but hey, good stuff. Good bands playing at Food and Wine this year.
Yeah, and Hanson's there too again, by the way. Which again, I would probably check out Hanson just out of curiosity. You know what I mean? Like I was never like into Hanson, but I would probably check it out. Yeah. So anyway,
all right. So since we've talked a whole bunch about Christmas, let's talk about Halloween because. Again, it's July. Let's talk about Halloween.
Starts next month. Yeah. You can actually buy this stuff now at DisneyStore.com. It's still throwing me off that it's not Shop Disney anymore. It's DisneyStore.com. And like it's like, it's like Hollywood Studios is still MGM in my head. But Shop Disney is
honestly though, it should have been Shop Disney should have been Disney Store from the beginning.
It should have. Yeah. Shop Disney was a stupid name.
Because there was the Disney stores, right?
Yeah, there's a Disney Store. Yeah, exactly. Are there any Disney stores left, or are they all gone now?
I think they're all gone. I mean, I've not seen one in years. But so talking about this merch, they are leaning in hard on Haunted Mansion.
To be fair, why wouldn't they? Right?
Yeah, but I feel there's other stuff around Halloween than Haunted Mansion. Like there is room for branching out.
Yeah,
but so this merch though is nice. Like the. I like the library bookends that are the bus, the ones that look at you, the ornaments, which I love how they, they're justifying selling Christmas ornaments at Halloween time, but I'm not even mad about it because they've got 4 ornaments that are the stretching room characters, and they're in like little glass tubes or something that it looks like, But it's a very cool thing, and I would actually go so far as to put these on my Christmas tree.
Oh, I would put these on my Christmas tree, 100%.
But they're like trying to say like Halloween tree. No, don't give me that. Just tell me that they're going on my Christmas tree.
They're trying to create a new thing for Halloween with a Halloween tree. But I'm surprised you skipped over this hoodie, by the way.
Probably because I saw the Spirit jersey and I kept scrolling. No, I see the hoodie. Yeah.
Dude, this hoodie's awesome. I would buy this hoodie. This is a really cool hoodie to me. It's got like the outline of the Haunted Mansion and like purple, and then it has the Hitchhiking Ghost on the front, and I just think it looks cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's an easy one to like, even though it is like themed in Disney and all that. I feel like that's one you could wear around, people just be like, oh yeah, cool. Like it doesn't feel like it's Disney merch, but it's in that space of you know how it is, like there's stuff that's like too Disney that like you don't want to wear all the time. Yeah. This definitely would be, I could I could get away with wearing this, and I don't think I would feel like I'm like overly Disney dressed. Right.
By the way, according to Wikipedia, there's still 21 locations left in the United States. There are no locations left in Canada.
Nope, there is not.
Bummer for you. Sorry.
I still lament the one that was in our local mall. It was great.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Anyway, but yeah. So yeah, back to.
I just had to do that.
Things.
Yeah.
I like things. Let's continue down the Haunted Mansion merch.
These bookends are very cool, and I also like this little nightlight thing too that's going on. It's like the tabletop light.
Yeah, it looks like the Doom buggy, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cute.
The mugs are awesome. Yeah,
the mugs are good. I feel like we may need, or I don't think my wife will go for one of these, but they have these Dooney and Burke.
The bags.
Yeah. And I think, she definitely likes this kind of stuff, but I don't think she wants a Dooney and Burke bag or not a Haunted Mansion bag. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is that's actually the biggest problem is that it's kind of lacking color. Like it's just, it's all black and white.
Yeah. Which is weird to say because it's like, well, yeah, of course it is. But oh man, I just clicked on the link, by the way. There's more cool stuff on DisneyStore.com. There is a figure of the busts from the Haunted Mansion that light up and sing. Like these, this is what I want, but it's also $165, and I'm not paying that. But
yeah, okay, I see those.
You see what I'm talking about? You clicked on the link, okay, yeah. These are super cool. They light up and they have like. Oh man, this is just too cool. I love these. And they sing, I mean, their mouths don't move, I don't think. I don't know why it costs $165. That feels excessive.
But hey, there's a 25% off code right now. I don't know if you're seeing
that's going to make it, just still expensive. Slightly less so. Yeah.
Again, there's also these, there's another one here. It's $199.
Oh, these are awesome though.
The Sally Slater light up figure, which like, oh man, it's so...
Dude. These are great.
So detailed. We make sure we put these on the when we put out the episode so people know what we're talking about. The Dynamite Gentleman. Oh, these are awesome.
I want both of them. I'm not paying $400 for two of these, but these are so cool. These are why are they $200? That just hurts.
Hey, okay, here's your consolation prize. You can get a gargoyle pen for $16.99.
I would write with that pen. I'd be sitting at my desk at work writing with a Haunted Mansion pen.
There's a
paper towel holder.
I need a new paper towel holder. It might be this one.
Oh, and for Jeremy, there's a Haunted Mansion Crocs.
Crocs, yeah.
Yeah, get yourself some
they
Crocs
look like the design is of the cast members clothing.
Yeah. I there's too many things I want in here, and I need to stay away from this page.
Quite a lot. So that preview page that we were looking at that did not do justice.
No, it really doesn't. There's so much other cool stuff in Disney Store. In fact, I feel like they left the coolest stuff out.
There's a cutting board. There's a salt and pepper set.
Oh my god,
Madame Leota's salt and pepper set.
Some chalices, there's a goblet here. Oh my gosh. Whole bunch of miniatures. You can make a whole look at the $338 is a whole miniature Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
Again, not
the Disney World, not the Disneyland Haunted Mansion. I don't know why they don't do both. They should have done both.
Boy, I just found something that I might buy.
Wait. I mean, have we not been just talking about that? What did you?
No, this one might be for real though.
Okay.
So I have a problem buying attraction posters. I love attraction posters. I have them all over my house.
Is it this limited edition $150 print that looks to be on canvas?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. This is an incredibly cool attraction poster. I think I need it.
Oh no. Okay.
You found a better one?
The moon climbs high. The canvas artwork. That's incredible.
Where's this one? Where
it's a little bit further down.
The moon climbs high. Is it like actual art though? Wait.
It is. It's a canvas, and it's amazing.
Oh, I see. Okay, that one is cool. I think I've seen that one. No, maybe not. That one is awesome. The thing is, though, It's not an attraction poster, Trevor. I collect attraction
posters.
I
know, but sometimes being cool trumps it being an attraction poster.
I like attraction posters. There's something about them that appeals to me, and I that's what I like to buy. So my favorite piece I have is a retro people mover one that I have in my hallway. That's like, transportation to the future thing. I also really like this Disneyland Haunted Mansion attraction poster too. I don't know if you looked at that one, but that one is actually maybe even a little cooler than the Disney World one. But because it's different. I want the Disney World one. That's where my home resort.
You haven't been to the Disneyland one yet.
Yeah, so it feels disingenuous.
I don't understand it yet.
Yeah, it feels disingenuous to get that one. I want the one for Disney.
I am more sorry. The Disneyland one holds closer to my heart than the Disney World.
I mean, the Disneyland one's cool though, right? That was cool.
I very much like the Disneyland Haunted Mansion is definitely my.
That one's cool.
That's where I center myself on Haunted Mansion.
Where with Madame Leona as the moon, like that's pretty cool. And there's ghosts floating up into the sky. I mean, that's really cool. I am gonna. Oh God, there's so much art. No, I need to get away from this website right now. Like
this place is incredibly expensive.
This is bad. This is just bad news. I need, because there's like the art that they have for Haunted Mansion is so cool. It's not even just the attraction posters, like you said. These limited edition these other limited edition ones are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. There's like 10 on here that I want.
I feel like it's been a while since we've been really this excited about the merch. It's been a while since Disney's kind of like hit that. Oh, this is cool, right? Like,
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Maybe it's a sign things are turning back towards, them doing more cool merch, right?
I don't know if you have this rule with your wife, but usually if I purchase something over $100, I check with her first. Oh yeah, this is gonna be one that I just do. I'm just gonna buy this and not tell her about it. She can find out about it later.
So the conversation is usually. So I'm just letting you know that I'm doing this.
I'm not even going to tell. It's going to show up. It's going to show up.
It's not a conversation. I'm just informing you.
I'm just going to show up and be like, it's going to show up. I'm going to be like, look at this cool thing I bought. And then if she asks me how much it was, I'm just going to, be coy and just not answer correctly.
Now our wives are going to know our tactics here, and you're not going to be.
My wife does not listen to the podcast. Yours does. Although, your wife could rat on me though if she really wanted.
That is true. Yeah. She could report on you, and
she could, because your wife listens to the show and talks to my wife. So. Yeah. Okay. So
take what you want from that information.
Yeah, I'm buying this Disney World one and maybe another one. All right. It's happening.
We have like two more things to talk about.
Okay, we need to finish up here. Okay, hold on. Let's really quickly. Let's just talk first of all, and this is not unexpected. It makes total sense. Although this is going to shake out differently than I thought it was going to shake out. Beginning July 22nd, Test Track is going to move to it's going to show up now for Lightning Lane, but it's going to be part of the premium tier. I thought that they would maybe just untier Epcot altogether, but clearly not. So now you're going to have one selection from Frozen Ever After, Remy's, Soarin', or Test Track. Again, also too. Soarin's going to drop. I'm sorry, Soarin's going to drop.
Soarin's getting bumped out, and Test Track is taking over its spot.
That's right. And I think we said that after it happened, if I remember correctly, when we said Test Track went down and Soarin was in the top one, that Soarin would probably drop back into the bottom group once Test Track came back online. Because let's be honest, the Frozen, Remy's, Test Track, those are the ones that are still getting the huge crowds. Soarin' gets a nice crowd, but it's such a big ride that it runs through people pretty quick. You can get pretty short lines on Soarin'. Yeah.
So yeah, again, not like you said, not I guess how we thought it was going to play out, but it is kind of weird to think about, Test Track was in the bottom tier for the longest time because it's like, oh yeah, it's just Test Track, but now that it's like shiny and new again, it's it's a weird.
To be fair, I mean, listen, that's a brand new ride. I know it's the same speed and the track is all the same, but the visuals do matter, and that is a brand new ride. That's how I think it is, Well,
and again, it has that attention because of it. So, understandably, Disney is playing into that, and they're making sure that again, this all comes down to, line perception and making sure that people can get through the ride, or enough. They can get enough people through the ride without it turning into I think back to like when Hagrid's coaster opened in Universal, where it was 6-hour waits, right? Like they're trying to avoid that. And I don't think Test Track would ever get to that point, but they also don't want it being, the reason that it's a tier 1 is that, it means that you can't get back in line for it multiple times, which again is just another means of crowd control. So, as much as we all go, hey, that means that I can only ride it once. That's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair, but it also means that, everybody gets to enjoy it versus, a small set of people just riding it on loop. Yeah,
exactly. You know what, Trevor? Why don't we end there? And as a tease for next week, let's talk about this thing next week. Let's think about this and we'll talk about it next week. There's a rumor. I'm going to just tease it. We're going to talk about this next week. So there's a rumor that Disney is planning to fully reboot Indiana Jones. Now, I am not shocked by this. In fact, I expected this from them, right? I 100% expected this. But, I think we should, I don't know. You want to talk about it now? We could talk about it now.
I feel like this could be another 20 or 30 minutes that we talk about this.
That's why I want to save it for next week.
Yeah, that's fair. So, let's make sure this is on the rundown for next week. And, I think, we can leave it there. Put it out to the, put out to the Facebook group and to Discord is, what do you think a remake of Disney or of Indiana Jones looks like? Because
who's the new Indiana Jones is the question, right?
Not just that, but
I think that's a big question, though.
It is, but there's a lot of elements to Indiana Jones as well, too, because it took place at a particular point in time.
That's true,
and there's nothing saying that they have to stay to that, right?
You're saying that maybe they jump. Okay, let's not talk. We're going to get into this.
Let's
talk about this. Let's talk about next week. Okay.
Yeah, this is. So I'll leave that there. Everybody can mull that over. But we should probably wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
All right.
By the way, the 25% off does apply to art, in case anyone's wondering.
There you go. Yeah. That's a very dangerous thing. I should probably not go look on Shop Disney because it's also all in U.S. funds, which makes it way more expensive for me.
Yep.
Yeah. But you can't email us about. We're not going to buy you any Haunted Mansion merch or anything. But if you want to email us and share a trip report, you can email us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. And if you ask for Haunted Mansion merch, we will tell you no. So you can get that at the very least. But we do like hearing your trip reports. We do like hearing from you guys, and just generally talking with our listeners. It's always a good time. Similarly, you can also find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast, YouTube as Welcome Home Podcast, and Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. And also on Facebook, we have our group Welcome Home Disney Waitlist, where you can join and talk about stuff from the show and just, general Disney stuff. I should also mention, because we didn't mention at the beginning of the show, is that we also have a tip/trip report line. So if you want to call in and share something with us, or, correct us about something you heard on the show or whatever, you can call us at 833 WHP-TIPS, or that's 833-987-8477. So again, lots of ways you guys can get a hold of us, because we do like to have conversations with you guys. If you do want to help support the show, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.com. You can check out our merch. Not nearly as cool as the Haunted Mansion merch, but we can believe you can compare our fanny packs to a really cool canvas art from the Disney store. I'm sure somebody will pick a fanny pack over the art.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding myself, but yeah, like I said, you can help support the show that way. All kinds of merch, t-shirts and stuff. If you're looking for some extra shirts for your next trip, and send us a pic if you do pick up some merch. We love seeing that as well. Similarly, we have a Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod and check out our different levels of Patreon support, which have exclusive Patreon merch that you can only get there. It's a logo only available to our Patreon supporters. And all of our Patreon supporters get access to the Discord server, which, as we talked about, is yet another place that we talk about various things from the show and random asides, and everyone sharing their own Disney planning, Disney stuff. Even there was a conversation the other week. People were asking about what grocery delivery services do you use? So stuff like that. If you're looking to plan your own Disney trip, we have some very knowledgeable people in our various groups that honestly are smarter than either me or Tom, because Tom and I we're not that smart. We just talk a lot.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, Tom. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know we are not the smartest. So
I wouldn't say smart. I mean, most knowledgeable, maybe.
I am not the smart. So,
all right.
Yeah, we can leave that there. And last but not least, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere where you can listen to us, leave us a review. 5 stars is always nice. We love seeing that and just knowing that everyone's enjoying the show. But like on iTunes, you can also write us a review and let us know what you're thinking about the show, because we love hearing that too. So, please do that if you haven't yet. And if you have, I don't know what you do at that point. Maybe go on another platform and leave us 5 stars.
By the way, as I'm checking out for my Haunted Mansion art, Trevor, it does not.
Oh, you're doing it right now.
It can't be shipped to Canada. Sorry.
That hurts.
I mean, listen, you can ship it to me. I'll ship it to you. You know the deal.
Yeah, I know, but that's still like, okay.
I'm stuck on it,
Disney.
though, because I'm sure everyone can commiserate with this. I love that my cards are saved in my browser, but I hate when it makes me put in my security code. It's like, I don't know my security code.
You don't have yours memorized?
Some of them I do, but not the Disney card for some reason. I can't remember that one. I don't know, it slips my mind. Anyway,
that's probably a good thing, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release an episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube Music, just about any other podcast app that's out there. You can find us. If there's one that you can find us on, email us and you'll be able to find us on there, because I'll put us on there. So just reach out to us. Just a reminder to our listeners, Welcome Home Podcast, we're entertainment only. We are not played by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, all opinions expressed on the show are our own. So please consult a DVC representative or a Disney cast member for more information about what we talked about today. Huge thank you to our sponsor, DVC Rental Store, for sponsoring this episode and being our biggest supporters for a very long time with World of DVC. Join us next time for more Disney Park discussion. Of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit a chair. How she can cuddle is no